my channel. It's me, Fiers Femme, and today I'm coming to you with a whole different type of look. I haven't posted anything on my channel in a minute, and I just wanted to come and update you about what's been going on in my life and how things have been going. So for a while now, I've been going through like a transition and dealing with anxiety and just a lot of things going on mentally with myself growing up as a Black woman and a creative person. You know, I just been going through like different things in my life, and I feel like it came to a head with this coronavirus situation. I knew I had to like get my mind where it needed to be, especially since I had the time to actually just stay home and not worry about having to like call out of work or whatever, depending on how, you know, I was feeling, because that's how bad it would get sometimes. So one night while I was asleep, something just came to me and was like, you know what, I feel like it's time for me to lock my hair. And it's just for me, I don't know how it is for anybody else, but for me it was more of like a spiritual kind of like awakening, because I always wanted locks, but I knew I didn't want them early. I wanted to have them when I was like maybe in my 50s or something like that, because growing up I always had hairstyles that was like braids. So the earliest I can remember is like probably 4 years old. You know, that's how me and my mom bonded. Like, she would always braid my hair. My mom was always my hairstylist through anything. If I wanted to try weave, she did it for me. If I wanted to, you know, experience any type of different hairstyle, she'll figure it out and how to do it for me, because my mom is very creative herself. And so I think I got that from her. We even went to cosmetology school together, me and my mom, and that was like an awesome experience, because I got to see her as like an individual, a woman, and see how she interacted with other people my age and older. And I don't know, it just gave me a new way of looking at her besides just like mom. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like sometimes as children, we think our parents are like just these, I don't know, like we hold them on this pedestal, like, you know, like they're not human, like they didn't have a life before. So that experience, just going to cosmetology school with her, like opened my eyes and it made me see her in a different light. And I really wanted to be comfortable in my skin eventually, just like my mom. And it wasn't like I wasn't comfortable in my skin. It was just that I was in a different phase of my life. And so this new phase for me was kind of scary, because I grew up in New York City. In New York City, you're not really like, I don't say not allowed, but you're not really like emotional. For me, that was my experience. Like, I would cry in front of like my mom, but not even like cousins or anything like that. Like, I would try my best not to show emotions. So here I am, like in my 30s, and I'm going through all these stuff that I'm learning for the first time, which was very, very like in your face, man in the mirror type of thing. And it was a very, I want to say, it was difficult. It was difficult. Like, I was getting to know me. And sometimes when you confront yourself, sorry, I gotta fix my stool. Sometimes when you start to confront yourself, it's like the hardest thing ever. I don't know why. But yeah, so let's get back to the story at hand. So I was sleeping and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to lock up. It just happened like that. So yeah, I locked my hair. I have some photos from when I first started. And my mom helped me, of course. She did my 2 strands. She asked me, she was like, are you sure you want to do this? You know, and I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. You know, I just knew I was ready. So this is my second retwist. The first retwist, I tried to do it by myself. You know, I want to be independent and stuff like that. But this time around, I let my mom help me, and I kept the clips in overnight. I wasn't like more in a rush to see the results, and I feel like it came out better. My hair has grown so much since I started my lock journey. I'm gonna insert some pictures in this video, or maybe I might make a second video with like hairstyles from when I was a little kid all the way to now and the new phase I'm going into. And yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a update as to what is going on in my life. And this is really what's going on. Like, I'm definitely still in the coronavirus epidemic. I live in Georgia right now, and I believe the governor decides to open some places. I will not be participating. I'm not even going back to work or whatever, because I just feel like if the rest of the world is still in turmoil, I'm not going anywhere. So you can do whatever you want to do, mister. But anyways, so this is not just going to be a video about, you know, me doing my locks journey and stuff like that. It's also a video where I am going to review this foundation that I got from, I seen it on Instagram. I'm sure everybody saw this on Instagram. And it's like supposed to be like next to skin. I've worn it for like a week. I'm not gonna lie, the first day I wore it, I was like, what the hell is this shit? And I was tempted to send it back, but they also have a paper inside that tells you, you know, try it for a week, and then if you don't like it, you know, you could definitely send it back and we won't charge you. But, you know, after wearing it for the couple of days, your girl started to fall in love with it. I really, really love this foundation. I also ordered me a milk foundation because I know that's vegan. And I've been trying to find some foundations that are cleaner, that I can introduce to my subbies and my new subbies, because I know, like, I've been stuck at 300 and something subbies for the longest, because it's really my fault, because I'm not really consistent. And I can't promise that I'll be consistent, but I'll do as much as I can, and hopefully, like, you know, I'll get the followers. But yeah, most of the time I'm on Instagram, so I'll insert it. And then I'm always heavy on Twitter. I'm even heavier on Twitter than I am on Instagram at this point. And when I'm on Instagram, excuse me, when I'm on Instagram, it's like my stories are lit. And a lot of people don't know that. My stories are very intentional. My stories are to, you know, send positivity to the world. And if you're into that, then definitely follow me. I will put my name on the screen somewhere, over here somewhere. And you can follow me. I really appreciate it. I love feedback, positive feedback. And if there's negative feedback, I do monitor all my channels, all my social medias. And even though I might not catch it the first time around, I catch it. And then I delete it. And I also respond, you know, all the time. So let's keep it positive. But yeah, I'm just all about positivity and being a good person, because I feel like whatever you put out there comes back to you. And some people might argue that I haven't always been this way, because I haven't. But I'm growing. That's part of life. You grow, you learn, da-da-da-da. And my core values of, like, I've always been, like, a positive person. Because I look in my journals. I have journals from, like, when I was, like, as young as, I could probably say 9. My mom gave me a journal, or earlier, I can't remember. But I do write in them, and my core values have always be a kind person. That's all I see in my book. Be a kind person. Love was a big thing to me. It still is. And, you know, sending peace in the world. So I know that that's who I am, and I'm returning back to her, and I feel, like, amazing, and nobody's gonna, like, mess this up for me. My new journey. So yeah, today we're gonna be doing, like, my everyday makeup, because I gotta go to the supermarket with my sister. So yeah, we get dolled up now to go to the market, and I figured, why not make a video for you guys? Okay, that's done. So I took all my clips out, and yeah, this is how my, oh, there goes one. This is how, oh, I found another one. I found another one. I'm finding them now. Okay. So this is how my locks are looking. I went with the bricklayer concept. I told my mom I wanted to do bricklayer. She was like, cool. She didn't know what that was. So we looked it up. And then we did double strand twists to start my locks. I prefer those because I like to wash my hair. I like to get my hair wet in the bathtub. It's okay to wet it when you first start your locks. It actually helps to get it to fuzz up and do all that thing, especially with my texture. So that's what I've been doing. And I also got a bottle from Amazon where I fill it with alkaline water and some alkaline water, some rose water, essential oil tea tree, and essential oil of lavender. And I just spray that in my hair and on my skin. And yeah, it's been helping me a lot, especially like in the morning when I get up and my hair is a little tight. I just spray this. It makes it fluffy. I love my hair fluffy. And it just makes me feel good. I've been feeling super good. So we're going to get into this video because I don't want it to be too long and it's already 10 minutes. We're going to start off with this. I tried it without my corrector and with my corrector. I think I like it with the corrector. I'll be working on this area in a new video series with CMOS. So we're going to see if my sides actually, why you opening the door. It cannot be a bloop.
You never animate your page. How am I make a bloop?
Very glamorous to go to the sea. Anyways, so we're gonna go with this today. I found this company through Instagram. They kept popping up, and I was looking for a new foundation. Like, I don't want a new foundation just to have only one foundation, but my favorite foundation, I usually use this from Walmart, and then, or any type of drugstore, and then I have Laura Mercier, but I don't really use that like that. I use that on my mom that a lot, and now I decided to try this. And I also have Fenty and L'Oreal. I have a couple of them, but I was like, let me try this because I really liked the way it looked. I like the bottle. I like their whole concept, right? I went out to Walmart, got me some new sponges. I don't know why I can't talk. Right? So I'm going to spray this a little bit with my rose water and just kind of like tap it into my skin. And then I'm going to color correct just because I see my sister did like a whole face and stuff. So I'm going to put a little around these areas right here and right here where I had a pimple. I don't put too much. And I'm going to use this one just because I used it already the last time. So yeah, I spent my birthday during the corona, and it didn't really bother me like that because usually I don't really do anything too big. I normally like me and my boyfriend would take me somewhere, anywhere I want to go. It could be something as simple as like the aquarium or something like that. I'm a big kid. But I usually just go to eat, and then he'll like surprise me with something else that he planned, and my mom and my sister would do something for me. So we still did something simple, of course. It was just me, him, my sister, and my mom, and we hung out in the backyard. And I felt like free this year. I don't know, I felt really good because, you know, I've been home. I decided to lock up. Like, I just felt really good this birthday. Not saying that other birthdays were not good, but this birthday was so good. I didn't have to do all the extra stuff I normally do. You know, I just had to like twist my hair, put on the outfit, my makeup. I feel good. And can't wait to see how it's going to transition into my journey. So the first thing we're going to do before we put on the foundation is my eyebrows. And I'm going to speed this up, so. Now, something I do different than I used to do is I actually take this, like the concealer, and I just cut it off right then and there. And if you see me looking down, it's because my mirror is kind of low. And I just outline my brow. And then I blend it out with my finger because I feel like my finger blends stuff out way better just because it might have that heat effect to it. And then I kind of draw out the top of my brow. Right? So that's already outlined. Not that we might not go over it again, but... And then, of course, I get my palette that I've been using for my brows, which is the KKW Mario. I use this in my brows. Like, I use the brown one right here in my eyebrows. So, I went a little bit too deep in my eyebrow when I cut it. So, yeah. See that? Really nice. I'm gonna do the other side. Sometimes it's good to use all the powder off the brush, and then you could kind of get that gradual light to dark going. See? I feel like this one is a little bit darker. So we're gonna take the spoolie, because I don't want them to start, and just like clear this one to look like the other one. Not clear it, but kind of just, you know, fade it a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so once that's done, then we can go on with the makeup, and it is done. So what I do is I put about 2 pumps on the back of my hand. Excuse me. And then I like to put it on my face. I'll start around the lower part of my face. It has a smell. I can't really say what that smell is, but it's like a strong smell, but I got used to it. It's not like a flowery smell, but it has this distinct smell to it. Anyways. And this is where I commence to pat it into my skin. It takes 5 minutes to like oxidize. So at first it looks kind of white and weird. But then after a while, you're like, oh my God, this is magic in a bottle. So I really, 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 really love this foundation. I didn't think I would like it this much, but yeah, it's proven to be like, it's gonna be a staple for me. So, and I believe they have different textures too. They have a matte, they have you know, like glossy, and then they have one they're calling like next to skin or something like that. And when I did my quiz, because when you go on the website, they actually give you a quiz so you could kind of see like what your foundation might be like. And when you, after you do your quiz, then they recommend your color. Mine is Woke Up Like This Flawless Base Foundation. I'll put all the information in the description box below so you can actually find them and go about getting your foundation, because I feel like this is one of like the best products out there that nobody's talking about right now. Well, not as much as they need to, because I've seen commercials. That's how I found it. Okay, so now that I did that, and you can build this foundation. I don't put a lot of foundation on, but I do put a lot of foundation on around my, not a lot, but I would say more than I normally do around here. And the key to that is blending. So I'm just blending my makeup. And then I'm going to do my forehead. I don't like putting a lot of makeup up here, but I put a little bit just to kind of make it look cohesive. I know some people don't put foundation on their forehead at all, but I still like it. Unless I'm going for that, like, no makeup look with a heavier foundation, then put this one. And so then I'll take a little tiny bit more. And this is gonna go like around my mouth. You see how clean that looks? The only issues I seem to be having with it is it's not fully covering my discoloration, because it is a light type of makeup. Well, to me it's not covering it, but other people are like, okay, you're bugging. But I'm very particular about like, you know, that area, since it's something I've been dealing with since I was like a child, you know, dealing with my 2-color lips and all of that. But I love my look now. I love it. You know, kids can be cruel when you're younger. I didn't take it on all the time, but it does stick with you, especially when you feel like it's a fault of your own. So, you know, that's why sometimes I feel like when people are bullied, sometimes it's something they're dealing with, you know, by themselves, and then you're the jerk that like points it out again on top of what they already do to themselves. Okay, so the next thing I do is I got the Pro Glow Infallible from L'Oreal, and this is the number 5 in Sand Beige. And I like doing this first, and I kind of just put it right here. I like doing this first because I feel like it gives me a base before I put my Fenty. So I'm just gonna pat this out real quick. And I keep this more centered under my eyes and like a little mid triangle right here. And I feel like if you could stop right here and this would be like a super light bead. It depends on what I'm trying to do for that day. If I'm trying to do super glam, then I add my Fenty. If not, then I kind of just let this do its thing. So, but my main goal with this lighter one, because this is definitely lighter than the Fenty. The Fenty to me is more creamier. I should put my other light on. I could see better, but I don't feel like doing all of that. And my key right here is to blend it. So I really just go like right under my eyes, and then I go under here, and then I kind of tap right here a little bit, but not a lot, because the point, I like seeing under my eyes highlighted. I like seeing that look. I don't put concealer up here. I don't put it on my nose. I don't put it on my chin. That's just something I don't do. Sometimes, maybe, rarely, once in a blue moon, I'll put it there. Like if I'm going to an event or something and I just want to look super chiseled or whatever. Okay, so the next thing I'm doing is the Fenty Beauty concealer. As you can see, it's almost done. I need to order a new one. And this color is the 350 beige. Like, I feel like I'm a deeper color if I just want to put on my skin, but I just went with the 350. And for this one, I kind of just put it more underneath my eye and not near my eye. So, like, right here. And then I blend that out with the same sponge. So I just kind of like tap it and go over the area that I just went. But I kind of like extend this one a little bit further. And it's all about the blending, baby. See? And then you just bring that out. And even if it looks still a little bright, it doesn't matter, because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. So let's go over here before this dries up. And then definitely blend it in with the other one. Bring it down a little bit. Get it in the corner of your eye. Always get up there, because we have that natural brown thing going on. Well, I do. So I get there, and then I just get the edges. Blend that sucker out. So it's like double coverage for my under eye. This is super cute. So you see it's already like blending. I think I need my other light. Hold on. Okay, I feel better now. So I have that natural dent thing right there. Okay. So what I did was I blended it out. And now the next thing I'm going to do is get my powder. So the first powder I use is from Honest Beauty. And it's actually, I had this powder for a while. Like, I had stopped using it until I saw Jessica Alba on Patrick Starr's video, like, I think last month or one of these days. But anyways, it's the Invisible Blurring Powder. And to be honest, it's, like, really good. The only thing I don't like about it would be that it is really, really white. But I mix it with my Fenty Beauty. So what I do is, it's on the inside, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it has like 2 holes, and then you could kind of close it and open it. I'm trying to like show you guys, but yeah, that's better like this. So that's how that is. And so for me to get powder out, close it back, I shake it down like this a little bit, and then I just open it and get my powder. So I saturate my sponge in it like that, because only a little bit comes out through the hole. And then I kind of tap it on the back of my hands, and I set a light layer over what I just did. And I'm just going to bend down, because it's better to look up and put it like this, so you get it in between all those creases. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I do a light setting in the corner before I even get my Fenty out. And you see how white it is, but it actually helps to blur. Like, this is like a holy grail, and I'm gonna make sure I keep putting this into my regimen. So today I'm going to be doing like a naturally type of look. So I'm going to put the excess on my lids. So you already see how it kind of gave me that effect. And then the sides of my nose always get stuff. So once I'm done with that, I only really put that under. Sometimes I put it on my skin before I put my foundation, but I haven't tried that with this foundation yet. So maybe I'll do that in another video. And then the next thing I do before we move on to bronzer is, of course, you get your Fenty. I should show you. Everybody knows what this looks like at this point. But this is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder and honey. I use honey. So she has a lot of colors, like a lot. So I'm gonna dip my brush into it lightly, see what comes up on there. I put it on the back of my hand, and then I go ahead and put it in certain areas. Like I put it right here, and I'm putting a little bit more than I did with that blurring powder. And go back in and do the same thing on this side. And anything you do to the right, make sure you're doing it to the left. You don't want to look uneven. Then I take the Fenty Beauty and I put it into my forehead. Put a little right here. And then I close it up. And again, you could take the remainder on the back of your hand and put it on your eyes, right? So now we're going to go into bronzer. The bronzer I use is from NYX. I want to try some other bronzers, but this is like my favorite, NYX Deep Tan. It's a staple for me. If you look back in all my videos, that's basically what I've been using. I'm now hitting pan. You can have this for a long time. And then, I don't know where I got this brush, but it kind of has like this curve to it. So that helps me get in my crease. So I just put it right here. And I come over here. And I just want that natural sucked in look. And I don't want it to be too brown. And I took out too much, so I'm going to have to blend it. And then I also put it around. Oh, there goes a clip. Ow. I put it around my forehead area. I'm seeing that white, so don't worry, I'll fix that. But, yeah, so I put it around my forehead like that. And I kind of just blend this out right here. And then I also tend to come down like this. This is a little bit too brown, so we're trying to like, I went a little bit too heavy. But I know how to clean that up. So anyways, yeah, I gotta fix my baby hair. But anyways, okay. I said anyways like 10 times. So once I finish doing that, the way to clean this up is to, you don't have to do it too harsh. You just go back into your Fenty Beauty. You dip your sponge, tap it off or tap it on the back of your hand. Then you come right here and you kind of clean it up, and it makes your cheekbones stand out a little bit more. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. But of course I got to dip it again, tap it, and then come right here and kind of like that. So you let that set while you go on to the next phase. What's the next phase you might add? My natural beat on my eyes. So I take a blending brush, and it's this one right here. I have this from BH Cosmetics. And then I'm going to take my bronzer right here. My NYX bronzer. Is good to put the bronzer in your eyes, on your eyes. And then I kind of just find my natural crease right here. And I'm just going to start from the end right here. I'm going to pull it in, out, and out. And then if I want to extend it, I could just bring it out a little bit. See that? This is so cool. See that? That's a natural shadow. And I'm going to dip it again and do it on this side. So it's the very same thing. And I like to lift my brows. I feel like it helps me get in there, you know. Extend, extend, extend. And this will be like a natural beat. And then you bring it out a little bit. Bringing it out a little bit elongates your eyes. So you see that? Instant. So then I bring it in. Whatever's on the brush, I bring it in to that crease. Like that. It's my go-to look, guys. Bronzer is everything. If you don't have a foundation, an eyeshadow palette, you can use a bronzer. Bronzer can be used, a lot of stuff can be used twice, like the KKW eyeshadow palette. I use that in my brows. I know people like using, you know, eyebrow pencils and stuff like that, but if it's not needed for me to buy something and I need the money for something else, I just go ahead and use my palette. So yeah, so I brought it in. You see that little brown hints? It's like, ooh, natural earthy. Okay, and then some people bring their stuff down. I'm not too much into contouring, just because. But okay, and then I go back into this palette, which is a KKW palette. I want to get her 90s palette because I feel like it has a lot more tone. So I'm going to order that and do a video with that one. I don't really buy stuff just because it's in or whatever, because I'm spending my own money. So now somebody's sending stuff to me, that's a different story. But yeah. So the next color I'm going to go in with is this color right here. And I like this because it's more of a neutral on my skin tone. So I just take my finger. Let me put this down. I take my finger, my middle finger, and I kind of just swirl it around. And then I just put it on my eyelid like that. You see how I brought a little color right there? And the warmness of your fingers, they're like amazing because they will bring life to the foundation a little bit faster than a brush could. So if it's not something special that you're trying to do, this always works. So I'm just putting this on my eyelid to blend it. And then I'm going to take a blending brush and make sure that it's completely blended. So, but sometimes your finger does all the work. Isn't that cute? And you could go, you know, put more. It depends on how intense you want it. I could have kept it light, but. Okay, so that's how it looks so far. And then I'm going to take my tapered blending brush. I think that's what they call this. This is from Glamour Dolls. I used to be signed up to Ipsy, and I would get free stuff. I recommend, if you're just starting out with makeup, to sign up for Ipsy because you just pay $10 a month and you get like a couple pieces in a cute little bag. I have a whole bunch of little bags because of makeup little bags that I can put in my purses and stuff like that. And you do a quiz again. Once you do the quiz, you get items that you can try, and then if you really like it, you could go to Sephora and if you really like it or not. So what I do with this brush, is Tapered Brush from Glamour Dolls, is I sometimes go into this, but I'm not going to do that today. What I'm going to do is take some of this because it brings color. It's like a burnt orange, like one of my favorite colors, but then it's kind of like a hint of like clay, like a clay red. And I think that looks good, and then I'm just going to put it right here, and that's a little crease right here. So make it pop just a little bit more. Like it's underneath my bronzer, but then not all the way messing with it. Like in the corner, in the crease right here. And I tend to look down when I'm doing my eyes. I love my eyes. I feel like that's like my best feature on my face next to my lips, because I have so much room to play with. And you see, it didn't do that much, but it does something, you know. I like subtle blending of makeup. How long is this? Okay. It's gonna be a long video. So see, cute. Okay, and then one thing that I used to do that I don't do anymore that I'm gonna do in this video is take a little bit of this right here, like just a little bit of this color, and I'm gonna put it right here. I don't know, I just feel like I used to do that before, just to like highlight my brow bone. And then I can use like my finger to blend it out. Okay. And let me see. And then they have like a silver in here. And I'm gonna put it right here. How does that look? I want to be reflective. Reflective like them tights. Okay. And then I'm gonna put a little underneath. A little underneath right here. So it makes your eyes pop. Okay, and the next thing I love to do is I like bringing the makeup down under my waterline. So I have this brush. Sorry, I don't know what this is called. A tapered something brush, but I put it back in this color right here. And I kind of line my waterline, so. See? My eye waters when I do it. I'll do it here. It's better to look down. I make the craziest faces. That one looks a little better, so I'm gonna go back in on this one. There's always one eye that's like so troubling. So that's my look right there. And then my next step is basically I'm just gonna dust whatever was left here off. And then I'm gonna spray my face, so hold on. I use the makeup setting spray from Art Naturals. It's very, very, very good. It has pomegranate, aloe extract, Avena sativa, hydrating, matte finish, 16-hour wear. I don't wear my makeup for 16 hours, but if I had to, it definitely does work, because I used this at my grandmother's funeral when it was blazing hot outside in Atlanta. And I used it for my sister's birthday when we were out all night, and my makeup just looked better and better with time. So I recommend the Art Naturals makeup setting spray, and it's clean, good ingredients. So I spray my face. That for me is using my 3-in-1 mascara from e.l.f. I had it for so long. The 3-in-1 is erasing, but it's from e.l.f. And the reason I like this eyeshadow, what's this called? Mascara, is because of the point on the bottom. And the only people I used to see with that was Benefit. But Benefit's why do I keep calling this eyeshadow? Benefit's mascara is kind of expensive, but e.l.f. is not. So they do the same thing. I want to try Honest's mascara because I heard it's really, really, really good. So I'm gonna order one. But my lashes are pretty much really long, so I hardly wear lashes, but when I do, it's fun, but I don't really think that's a necessity for me personally. So I just curl my own lashes. But this is where you would add your lashes on if you have any. And I like doing my lashes after I spray my face because I feel like it gives my lashes a little moisture. And so then I'm able to, you know, do mascara even better than if they were just dry. I'm going to take this little point and I'm going to go to the bottom. Yeah, so I like doing my bottom lashes. A lot of people say they don't have bottom lashes, but I have. So I want to I like enhancing them because I feel like it makes my look even better because I just, like I said, I love my eyes and I love my lips. So I feel like if you have something on your face that you really, 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 really love, that you should execute it and make it pretty for you, not for other people. Just, you know, do what makes you happy. So my newest lip combo that I'm currently obsessed with is these 2 lip glosses from Kylie Cosmetics, and I mixed them to create like the perfect like nude look for me. So how I started is I get this one, and this one is called Show Off. How convenient. And I put it, yeah, I'll call you back. Okay. I put this one in the middle of my lip, like this. Right? And I don't like I like them, but for some reason I don't really like bright lipstick on me just like that. I like mixing because my lips are big. So then once that's in the middle, I kind of pat it a little bit and you see it went up a little bit. Good. Now we're gonna take this color, which is my holy grail. I have to order another one. And it's called Brown Sugar. And then I take this and I basically put it on the top. And I even it out like I have a lip liner on. Then on the bottom, we're going to add it too. So a lot of stuff comes out on this. I had it in the corner. And then I kind of got to blend them. So once, because this gets dry really fast, once they're like almost dry, add a little more pink. Right? And then this is where your handy dandy brush comes into play. So I'm trying to find me a brush that I used for it before. Oh, here it goes. So this is my lip brush. I got this in the Ipsy bag from Locs. And I just, you know, make sure that is blended. And then you make sure that the brown sugar takes precedent over the pink, but not too much precedent. So. And then use it. And see? Perfect. So that's my little lip combo. I've been killing it with that. And then if you need to fix the areas around it, then you can do so. I got this lip liner a long time ago from somebody that one of my sister's friends, I guess she had a store or something like that. But I really, really like this color. It's called Dusty Rose. And this company is Italia. And so I just use that to like clean up my lip a little bit. And that is my look, ladies and gentlemen. And then of course, if you want to put highlight, this is where you would put highlight. And I think I just want to put some highlight on my actual, right here, the color. Okay, and that is my look. So I want to thank you guys for watching my channel, and I hope that you subscribe today so that you can see my journey with my locks and see how long they get. I will be doing more in-depth videos just talking about my locks, but I just wanted to introduce you to my new look, and we'll be going on this journey together. I also want to show you guys some recipes I cook and different things like that, and I'm feeling really creative since I've been home, so I'm going to try to bust out these videos for you guys. And I will definitely link all the stuff I use in my locks to keep them moisturized and fluffy and cute and speed up the process because I want to see how that looks. And yeah, I also link all these pieces that I have on, except for this one. I had this since I was like in high school or something like that, but these pieces are from Adrian's store, you know, XIXI. And so yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you here in another video later.